Hey everybody, it's Chris Load here. In this screencast, I'm going to show you how to duplicate the magic move that you may have used on Keynote and do that on PowerPoint. And on PowerPoint, I'm going to basically show you how to use the Morph function on PowerPoint. And what that is it allows us to go from one slide to another, and the words or the shapes will morph from the current slide to the next slide. So I'm going to show you with text and with shapes. Here we go. I've created this slide, and in order to morph a text slide, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this slide. So I'm going to hit my Command D to duplicate the slide. And then I'm going to change the second slide. So I'm just going to, there we go. So we're going to have, here's our first slide and our second slide. Now on my second slide, I'm going to go up to where it says my transitions option, and there's the morph option. Now I have to do one more thing. I have to go over here to the effect options, click on that, and I can go by words, but in fact I want to go by characters because I really don't have any common words. So I'm going to click on characters, and you'll get a preview of it. And so now when we play our slideshow, here's our slide, and then when I go to the next slide, there is the morph from one text slide to another. I'm not sure why I had the French dictation going on down there, but oh well. So that's with a text slide. We can also do a morph with shapes. And I'm going to go back to my home here. I'm just going to throw in a couple of, actually just one blank slide, and then I'll insert a shape. Let's just insert a circle. And I'm holding my Shift button down so I get a perfect circle. And here we have that. Now again, what we want to do is we want to duplicate this slide that has the shape on it and make a second slide. So I duplicate it using Command D on my keyboard, and then I'm going to move this shape, and I might make it a bit smaller. Let's make it a bit smaller, and maybe I want to have it look like it's going to that top corner. Again, go up to Transitions, and Morph is selected, or I click on Morph, and you'll see the preview. Now we don't have to do the effect options because the default setting is by object, which is what I am using here. So we can use one shape and have it morph or change from one slide to the next. Now here's the third trick that you can do. I am going to actually make a third slide. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to make a third slide, and oh my gosh, new slide. There we go. Make it a blank slide. And I'm going to insert a square. Now unfortunately, when I insert my square, if I go up here to Transitions and I've selected Morph, it doesn't do that morphing kind of feature. It just it dissolves in one and it reappears in the next slide. What I have to do is I have to go back to this slide, and I have to click on my shape, and then I go click on Shape Format up here, and then click on Selection Pane. This is going to open up a panel that actually would list all of the shapes I might have on this pane, and you see it's called Oval 1. Now I'm going to throw in a couple of exclamation marks in front of Oval 1, and I'm going to change it to have it without any spaces and call it all Oval 1. And I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to copy it. So Command C. Now I'm going to go down to my square, and I'm going to name my square the exact same thing. So this is the trick, is to call the shape here in the slide here the same as the second slide. Now when I go back to my home, and I'm going to play from this slideshow, play from current slide. When I play this slide, you'll see it morphs rather than just go straight from the circle to the square. It morphs from the one shape to the second. Now you'll notice here, if I play from this slide, my morph transition has now gone, and that is because I changed the name of the shape here. So I have to do the same thing here. I have to rename this shape as double exclamation mark oval 1 in order for this transition or morph transition to work. And it should work now. Transitions to the small one and then transitions over to the square. There you have it. How to add the morph transition to either text or to shapes on your slideshow. Thanks for listening and have a great day.